Toast, do you know anything about like resetting this poll or looking at it or anything?
I do not. I have not done it at all.
Who's maybe still up? Is everybody gone?
I am keeping look around and see what is there. If you want.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to look at this. Get the results. Okay, let me check the results here, you guys. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. Sorry, I don't know much about how making the whole thing works or anything like that, so I'm gonna.
I don't see anybody around. Right.
What would your question be?
How do we reset the poll?
That Bibsy 2 is a typo.
Yeah, that's Jason. Jason typoed. It's supposed to be Bubsy 2. No, it's the arcade one. Okay.
If you want a short game, Splatterhouse 1 Paku Graffiti, I could probably beat in an hour.
It's 12:56, so at 1:01. Look at this.
HP Shivcraft says he was really hoping it wasn't Bubsy.
It's no, I brought Bubsy 2, which is 2-player, and I have beaten as a kid, but that was back when the game was new. So.
Typing of the Dead would be a good one if it was on the list, but unfortunately we can't do PC games.
Yeah, PC games break stuff.
Not unless Toast has got it on his laptop.
Which is.
I don't think I have that on my laptop.
I don't know if your laptop would run that.
Well, we haven't tested out me running it off of my laptop to the HDMI. I think it should work just because it's a typical HDMI out, but again, you know, with that kind of stuff, I don't want to try it and have everything break. So I don't want to try actually do anything with it until we've actually tested it.
I think Bubsy was probably the first video game everyone hated as a child.
I actually didn't mind the original Bubsy. I was like, alright, platformer, and then I beat it. But Bubsy 2 is such an incomprehensible mess that I do not even understand.
I think the first one I hated was actually Arrow the Acrobat.
Arrow the Acrobat, also not really great video game.
I had both of them, I think. I wanted the first one so badly, and then I played it, and I was like, this is garbage. And I think my mom thought I liked it, so she got the second one, too.
See, how do we look at the
Nintendo Dragon, we do not have Typing of the Dead, because our setup is not allowing us to do PC games.
Yeah, PC will freeze. Will freeze stuff. This is unfortunate. So let's see what's leading. We've got about 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes on here. Let's see. Is this accurate? Home Improvement is leading?
Oh my goodness.
Yep. I'm hoping this isn't old, but I don't think so. Bibsy 2.
Is there anything on that poll page about resetting it?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Did you reset it?
I assume it was reset, but
because there are some smart guys that want to vote in between. Do we need to ask Joseph?
Like nobody's here.
Have you checked the side room?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's one room that's like just closed,
The one that's
dark,
open. The one that's open.
and yeah, nobody's in there.
Huh.
Everybody kind of left.
I have no idea what Home Improvement's about. I didn't even know there was a Home Improvement game until our trailer.
Whenever I played it for April Fools, I spent 30 minutes trying to figure out what to do in the first level and just gave up. So.
Do we have a mercy kill rule?
Yeah, I think they said that you can play it for an hour, and then after that, if it's just like screw it, then you turn it off.
Because if it's something that I can't make progress in, I just.
Yeah, well, I even told Brett, I said we should probably have it so people have to play like 3 hours of the game that he can't even beat. That would be bullcorn. Let's see here. 101. I cannot figure out if this is accurate or not. I assume the thing has been reset.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, it says Home Improvement got the majority. I'm going to assume that's accurate. As short as the player patience. Okay. Let's see. This is Home Improvement. It's see, these are the results. I've just been refreshing it, but so I assume it's accurate, but I don't know how this thing works. It says total of 28, so
That's probably correct.
well, they said after the hour, whenever you're done, you just draw again and see if
Alright.
they pick something else, or if you get treat, then you get to pick it. It is a platformer though; they're not wrong. So,
I won't reset anything, but I just kind of look at the.
So Home Improvement win.
Home Improvement.
Bruh,
Home Improvement.
bruh.
What are you doing with this?
I'm just looking at the poll options. What do we need to do?
I was,
Oh.
says it got picked up to take Home Improvement off the thing.
Okay.
There should be a reset button on there somewhere.
Should be. So.
Somebody saved.
Well, it's not gonna let us do it. I'm just gonna have to tell them afterwards. Do you have Jason's number? Maybe you can text him. I don't have it.
know if I do.
It's Brent, like, gone to bed or something?
I don't know. Maybe.
I will put this closer.
I mean, I didn't check in that back, all the way back to the left. Is that their room? 'Cause it was dark.
All the way back to the left is the one we're staying in.
Oh, okay. Then nobody was in any other rooms I looked at.
Yeah, Brent's is all the way back on the right.
Okay, I didn't see anyone in there.
Rob has such a small head. Or maybe I just have a comically large head. I'm not getting any sound. Oh, there we go. What is Home Improvement? Super good. Power Tool Pursuit. This doesn't sound like the Home Improvement theme song. What am I even hearing?
Oh yeah, the beautiful MIDI rendition of the Home Improvement soundtrack. Yeah, hope you enjoy that because you're gonna hear it a lot.
It doesn't even sound like the Home Improvement theme.
Eh.
Oh, now I hear it.
That's pretty bad.
How do you change the text?
What in the bowl?
Yeah.
Just
Oh no, I mean, I'm sorry, I mean on the stream.
Oh, yeah, let's figure it out.
I wonder if Pamela Anderson's in this game.
I think she does show up at least once. I'll figure this out. Maybe. I know. There's like a specific thing, but I can't see what.
more power.
It doesn't bring up the windows that I can see. Okay. Brett, and use it outdoors on.
Why is there so much plot to this?
Because it's a deep story.
We don't need this much plot. Tools are missing. Go find them.
It should just be the plot to the show where Tim says something stupid and Jill's about to divorce him until he finds the 5 magical crystals or whatever to make her. That's what I figured it should have been.
Everybody in the chat is all about that home improvement lore.
That's right. Everyone in the chat, give us your favorite plot, your plot to your favorite Home Improvement episode. Again, my favorite is where Tim says something stupid and Jill's about to divorce him, and then he talks to Wilson and then screws up what Wilson says, and then she inexplicably decides she should stick around, even though they have absolutely nothing in common, and he offends her on a daily basis. That's my favorite episode.
And then the home is improved.
And then the home improves.
Oh, have you updated the player in the game?
And
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, it's...
I'll show you how to do it.
Okay, I put edit scene for the text, and it wasn't it didn't seem to do
It's
it.
actually right here. This hand.
Oh, it's on the left. Okay. Oh, okay. So they have like a window for it. I was trying to just do it directly.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you had to go into OBS and like edit the elements.
Okay.
That's good to know.
Cool. Yeah. It's good. Thank you. It's on a convenient window instead of.
And to get back to the chat, just scroll that same window up. I
Oh,
believe.
okay. Let's see what we got here. Scroll window upwards. Yep, there it is.
Cool. Still have not figured out how to reset that.
That's fine.
But I guess
when
we'll
they
figure
get
it out.
when they get back from wherever
Cool.
it is they
Golden
are.
nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was playing this, I could not get past the first level.
Okay, there's weird slope physics.
Yep. I couldn't get past the first level, and there's like power-ups that are different tools that he's using, and I think you have to find a crate and open it up to get to the next level, I think. And watch out for dinosaurs. But yeah, I could not understand what I was even supposed to accomplish. Watch now as the home is improved.
Did that destroy the ground?
Think so? Yeah, went for 9 seasons. So, like, something that my quote-unquote favorite episode of Home Improvement, loosely speaking, was like way
Oh my
late
goodness.
into the series.
Oh, I do have an attack.
Yeah, the nail gun destroys stuff.
So it's like crappy Mega Man now.
Well, kind of. There's
Oh, except I can duck.
when you get different tools, they can also break through walls, but the hitbox
Oh my
for
goodness.
things like the jackhammer and stuff don't make any sense. So yeah, it was like season 8 or something, and I don't even know why I had it on TV, but it was an episode where the oldest son, I think Brad, I think his name is, he got a football injury, and it was considered super serious because like if he permanently hurt his leg, then that means he wouldn't get his big football scholarship when he goes to college. And I thought that concept was hilarious to me because, like, for 9 previous years, his dad almost killed himself many, many times. But cartoon physics don't work on his son.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the jackhammer I think still can only break stuff from the side or something like that. There's something that it doesn't actually work the way it's supposed to. I don't remember what it was. It's one of the few things that I discovered.
Man, those worms are relentless.
Mm-hmm. Balthus Step by Step was the Jurassic Park 3 of 90s sitcoms. I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to say with that, but I think it's still accurate.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah,
The
Battle
spread
Duck.
shot is so awful.
Yep. Oh yeah, Battle Duck. The episode where it turns out Jonathan Taylor Thomas' child has a mole on his neck, and they think it might be malignant, and it turns out it's not. But like through the whole episode, there's just a whole lot of like arguing. Oh yeah, dragonflies are shooting fireballs at you. I don't know why.
They're dragonflies.
Dagron
Get
flies.
it?
But they don't. They just look like regular dragonflies. They're not dragonflies.
Wow,
Yeah.
everything takes like 1,000,000 hits to kill.
Incidentally, if you need your fix of terrible sitcoms, a blog you should totally read is the Full House Reviewed blog, where a guy
It's good.
who had never seen Full House like as a kid, so he had no nostalgia for it or whatsoever, watches every single episode of Full House and gives an in-depth review and summary of it. And as it goes on, he gets just more and more frustrated with how terrible the show is. He just stops caring very quickly.
What was that?
Oh, yeah, I don't remember what that is. Yeah, he's got a bunch of weird gadgets.
You know, that's the funny thing about Full House. That is not funny. Haha, take that. No. The thing is, like, even as a kid, and I've watched some terrible TV as a kid, but
Yeah.
even as a kid, I was like, when Full House ended and everybody's like, oh no, Full House is over, and I was like, who cares? That show was stupid. Like, who liked that show?
Show is so like it's great if you want to have like I will say this. Both Full House and Saved by the Bell are great in one very specific way. It's great in the way that if you want to watch a show and simultaneously make fun of it to the point where you're writing your own much better show
Yes.
in the process, it's like that those two shows were made just for that. Just for that concept.
I got chainsaw now.
You do have a chainsaw.
What?
Yeah, the chainsaw does
Shoots out
yeah,
lasers?
shoots out laser beams.
I have the master chainsaw.
Yeah, you got high roll chainsaw.
Oh.
So yeah, you need instead of 3 crates left. So you had to find all the crates, but I couldn't figure out how to get to one of the crates.
Dinosaurs apparently explodes into bolts.
It turned into home improvement tools.
This is basically the prototype for Ratchet and Clank. Think about it.
Think about it. Everyone's the chat's like moving on to like 90s cartoons. No, we don't talk about bad sitcoms, you guys. Bad sitcoms are where it's at. See, I'm a connoisseur of bad sitcoms because I even used to watch like old cornball sitcoms on Nick at Night and stuff, like Welcome Back, Kotter, which nobody gives a crap about.
Oh, I
but
loved Welcome Back,
I
Connor.
think the other day, what was it? During some stream, someone was bringing up Welcome Back. We were talking about it. Yeah, I was John because they mentioned John Travolta.
Oh yeah. I know of Welcome Back Kotter being referenced in things, but I have never seen an episode, as far as I know. Like, who's in it even? Is it
John
it's-
Travolta?
Yeah, like John Travolta would be the only one you ever heard of.
was he like a regular on
Yeah,
it? Like,
yes.
Yeah, he was one of the because the concept was Mr. Cotter was a teacher who
Oh, that was
taught at like a
it.
public school, and there were 4 kids that were kind of troublemakers, but you know he was there for them. He was kind of a father figure to them, and you know they just get into wacky sitcom
Oh, sweet.
adventures. And John Travolta was
I
one
kept
of
my
them.
master
Okay.
chainsaw.
So remember it's talking about it's like, oh, like, what was it? Family Ties? Was it Family Ties or Growing Pains? I think it was Growing Pains. It was like, oh, like Leonardo DiCaprio was on that show. It's like, yeah, he was on like 1 episode. Like,
Oh yeah,
that
I think
isn't
that
it.
was Growing Pains.
but yeah, but they talk about it like, oh yeah, he was on that show. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, but not really.
There was an episode of Home Improvement
How do I-
did. Yeah,
How do I get?
to get back. Yeah, I don't. I have no clue. There's also a timer there that has 700 seconds on it, so... But I think I ran out the clock at one point. There was an episode of Home Improvement that has this really weird, like vignette where he's on, like, the Tool Time show, and then he calls in 2 guys from the audience. So it's like, hey, you need to talk to us about your girl, because, you know, every episode of Home Improvement was, I'm gonna talk crap about my wife on my local cable show, and for some reason that makes her really mad. So during one of those episodes, he comes.
Do I really need this much prompt or this much plot for a game over prompt?
Yes, that's how you explain that he still lives and he's not dead anymore. Also, he like kind of swings in Spider-Man style, which is weird.
But I can't like actually swing that thing in.
Nope. The 2 guys they bring up on stage, like, oh, complain about your wives here, that's fine. Are Jim Brewer and Dave Chappelle. And this scene goes on bizarrely long, like suspiciously long, and there's a lot of like mugging for the camera and like real like they get like full names, these 2 guys that show up on stage, and it turned out when I looked into it, it turned out that they were planning on making a sitcom starring Jim Brewer and Dave Chappelle as whatever characters they were on there. And I was like, oh, this is going to get people introduced to these characters, and it's going to be super cool, and it's going to be really clever and stuff, but the show never actually, like, got made. I don't think they even finished the pilot for it or anything. So, in the episode itself of Home Improvement, it's just this long, really weirdly awkward scene with these 2 rather famous comedians, just for no reason.
Yeah, I think they might have talked about that on a podcast. I was doing Laser Time because they did a whole episode on what's called backdoor pilots, where they would go on an existing show and then do just what you said. Like they try to introduce the characters that would be on their own sitcom in that sitcom to try and like basically like secretly do a pilot and see if people would want to watch it.
Yep.
And it did not go well.
Battlebuck says Home Improvement lore theory. Wilson is actually Tim from a grim future guiding Tim to a better timeline. So he's the Doraemon of Home Improvement. I like this theory. Everyone post your favorite Home Improvement lore theories in the chat.
That's Riptor. It shoots out fire.
Does it? I don't think I ever did that when I was playing it. Maybe I did.
I like how he kind of rears back when he shoots fire. Like,
Yeah.
Like he's surprised that he did it. Like, oh, whoa.
I didn't know dinosaurs could do that.
This is the game that I always categorize as like, this is the disappointing rental.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is...
Home Improvement's a funny show. I like it. As a kid, I enjoy watching it. I'm gonna rent the game because I know I like it. Oh no.
Oh.
Well, there's my whole weekend gone.
Tim Allen is actually Sonic. I would play that game. If this game was just straight up a Sonic the Hedgehog clone starring Tim Allen, I would play the hell out of this game. Yeah, I remember after a very short while, Home Improvement also became one of those, like, we're gonna make up our own better show while we're watching it type of bad shows. But it just eventually just evolved into constantly saying, why are these 2 people not divorced? Like, I joke about how they nearly get divorced every episode, but why? They have nothing in common. They don't care. He, like, anytime he's mad at her, he'll just go on his show and be like, my wife is horrible, by the way. Like, why? Why are they even together? I don't understand.
I liked Home Improvement as a kid, and for the life of me, I cannot tell you why now. Like, I don't know what it... I guess I thought Tim Allen was funny.
The kid appeal, I think, for, like, kids, it's a pretty easy sitcom to, like, wrap their heads around, because the concept is guy explodes stuff in-house, so that's already funny, I guess. Guy doesn't understand how basic words work when he's...
This right here makes me feel like there's some kind of wall jump mechanic.
I think it's probably you drop down from above and grab those.
Yeah.
I think. But I could be wrong. Yeah, then they have the 3 kids who are just constantly just causing trouble all the time.
Yeah.
And the parents will... And anytime the mom says, hey kids, maybe you shouldn't do that, then Tim Allen shows up and says, don't listen to your mother, she's kind of a woman, you know? Every weekend he has to be reminded, oh wait, maybe I shouldn't say stuff like that. Maybe I'm being kind of dumb.
Well, it's the typical problem that like reoccurring sitcoms get when the concept is that the main dad or whoever is that way.
Yeah.
Because the whole concept, like the general concept, is supposed to be like, oh, he's like trying to be the super manly man, and be like the father, but he's he's basically a screw up doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And the wife actually has her head on his shoulders. So the idea is, oh well, he's supposed to learn more about what it means to not be an idiot.
Yeah.
By listening to her and stop being so like trying to be so macho all the time or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's him being macho and the jokes from that like drive the show and the comedy. So they can't have him actually improve because then they wouldn't have a show. They cannot improve Home Improvement because then there would no longer be a show. And it has to go on for like 10 seasons.
I remember at one point they had like this arc where Home Improvement wife was going to, I guess, going back to college, I think, or getting like a doctorate or some sort of degree.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember I'd heard that was the result of the actress who played her was desperately like asking the network repeatedly, "Can you guys please give my character something to do other than like scowl at Tim Allen? Like I want some sort of story for something my character can strive for that is not just that." And they didn't want it for the longest time, and eventually though she got it.
Yeah, she literally was just like the nagging wife. Like that's all she was.
Yep.
And I mean, it was justified, but that can't be fun.
Oh, he got him the flex. No, you destroyed part of it.
What is the chat talking about now?
They're basically talking about just like different shows they saw as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was pretty much. This was pretty much 30 minutes of this when I was trying this. Yeah, now you gotta try to get in there.
Oh, I loved MacGyver as a kid. MacGyver. It's such a cheesy show now, of course, but like it's just. I mean, it was just cool. And like, there's a situation where he finds like 3 things in the room, and then he like solves it with that. And
yeah,
of course, it's super cheesy and dumb, but it was so fun.
Yeah.
Like, and like the concept is just like exciting, and it's just MacGyver is just basically, he's just a superhero. Like he just like, but his like superpower, he's basically like Batman. If all Batman was about was like the gadget part of Batman, except he doesn't have gadgets, so he has to find like a paperclip. Also, he has a mullet. And there's that guy who's like evil MacGyver, and then like when he's being tossed from a cliff, he's like MacGyver. And God, that show so much. I kind of want to watch MacGyver.
What other stupid shows that I watched? Let's see.
I don't know how stupid it was. I remember liking it though, but like I remember liking it, and then like it just didn't hear about it anywhere else. I don't know if anybody else is nostalgic, but there was a show called Early Edition.
Oh,
that was really neat. It was a neat concept.
Yeah, he gets tomorrow's newspaper or something.
Yeah, he gets like tomorrow's newspaper early, and so the idea is he'll pick up the newspaper and it'll be like, nice old lady dies in fire, and he's like, oh, I gotta stop that. So he goes and like does stuff, and then like he gets the next paper, and it's like, nice old lady gets a cake. It's like, like basically like the paper solved, like he solves whatever the paper shows. So it was basically Quantum Leap, except instead of jumping through time, you pick up a newspaper.
That was a show a stupid show that I watched a fair amount. Quantum Leap.
I loved Quantum Leap as a kid. Quantum Leap was so cool. But the thing is, like, trying to watch it again, like, I did try and watch it again, and anytime they were, like, their budget and their set design for anything that wasn't just, like, something they could just, like, go to a set for, put up a couple posters for. Mm-hmm. Like, I think it was, like, the 3rd episode, because I was, like, watching it on Hulu back when, and the 3rd episode was in the Wild West. Like, it was back in the Wild West. Mm-hmm. And it looked so bad. Like, I just, like the first couple episodes were like always like playing like old baseball players or whatever, and they were able to like just go to a ballpark and make it work. And then like the cowboy one was just like, oh, I can't do this. It's so bad.
Pretty dumb. I think Toast, did you ever change the game name and the stream title like for the Twitch drop down?
Probably not.
Oh no, I didn't actually. That's a good point. All right, thanks.
Home improvisation, home improvement. Power tool pursuit. I don't know if this is actually the game.
Yeah, it's power tool
pursuit.
Okay. Home improvement.
up?
Weird show.
I got a donut. Well, what?
It's another weird show though. The Max Headroom show is incredibly bizarre.
Never watched that one.
Oh, it
I
is
know of Max Headroom.
so weird. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, in the 80s there was this character on TV called Max Headroom who would just pop into like commercials and other stuff.
Yeah.
It started off as like a Coke mascot, I think.
Yeah.
But it was the idea was it was a computerized man in the computer world, like cyber world, who would talk and sass mouth people and things like that. But since CG couldn't actually accomplish that at the time, it was actually a guy in a rubber mask that
Yeah.
it was Matt Frewer.
Don't ruin that for me.
Max Headroom's real, you guys. But so they made a show for Max Headroom.
Do you have a shot?
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, this game was ahead of its time.
He's also got the Master Sword.
And so they think, okay, Coke mascot, Max Headroom, 80s icon, we should make a show for him. So what should it be? Oh, I know. A bizarrely high concept post-apocalyptic, like future RoboCop type scenario where corporations control all of America and everyone has to have their name like registered in this giant registry of stuff, and it's considered an act of
I don't even know what this
rebellion. It looks funny. It's
You
considered
could probably
an act
bust
of
through
rebellion
it.
to not be on this registry, and it's up to Max Headroom and the reporter that Max Headroom was cloned from to like stop corruption in
cheese
this
how that
weird world.
shoots
It is
Yeah.
strange idea. I watched a fair amount of it because I was like, this is weird.
I knew Max Headroom was like a cyberpunk type show. I had no idea it went for like that many concepts. Jeez.
Yes, it is. It is strange.
I mean, like
Sup,
TV
chat?
is way more allowing of being high concept, higher concept
man.
now. Even
Yeah.
then, that would be a bit much.
Yeah.
Even then, Showtime would be like, all right, maybe scale it down to one or two of these ideas.
Yep. It was yeah, this is the sheer weirdness of that combined
There's
with the
gotta be
fact
some
that it was
way to
Max
get up
Headroom
Mm-hmm.
was like enough to keep me watching it because I could not figure out
Where's
where
your
it
hook
came
shot?
from.
It doesn't work on
So
the
Home
wall.
Improvement 1, but we couldn't figure out how to take it off the pole because we can't log in to do it. But also we need to reset the pole as well.
Okay. Oh, well, we were saying like right
Do we have
before
to do
the
the
vote.
Yeah,
right?
so we do the next point.
Mhm.
Do we have to do the poll?
No. After he's done, like then whoever next gets tricked will need the pole.
I put the just in case anybody needs it. The instructions. There's a magazine.
California Raisins. Oh, I had, and I think still have, the California Raisins special on my computer. Meet the Raisins?
Yeah.
Rob? Okay, Rob, I need to shake your hand for Meet the Raisins. Yeah. Good.
I've seen it.
It is great.
Instructions are right.
It's like a mockumentary.
Oh, okay. Oh, they were sitting right there? Yeah, it was a mockumentary. And it was
Well,
really fun.
they were
It had
hidden, but
team right
they were
to
kind
it.
of under everything.
It's like, behind the music. Like,
Yeah. It was, and you would think it would be the most obnoxious, boring thing ever, but it has like really good Motown music by very talented singers.
Yeah.
And it's actually like really funny.
It is
so,
great. I used to love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see Home Improvement on here. Did someone take it?
I took it off and then I tried to save it. It wouldn't save it because
you
it
have to
didn't
go-
have a password.
Thanks,
You have to do
Jagger.
save as
So
new.
is there like a time machine?
Oh.
Like, how are you?
Okay.
He's
It's
allegedly
nasty.
on a dinosaur set,
This
like
is,
on different
yeah,
sets.
this is just
Just
one of
like
the other stages.
But there are real
Thank you.
dinosaurs.
they explode into bolts. They're robots, I guess.
Oh.
But they are trying to kill
They
Tim
do
Allen.
breathe fire though. This is a very elaborate set.
See, you can
too.
jump down and grab those.
But then you gotta go all the way back.
Yeah,
I
it's
would
like, I
watch.
think that might be the
I would
only way.
watch a Jurassic Park movie with Tim Allen in it.
Ooh, and he's playing a dinosaur?
No, he's playing Tim Allen.
He's playing
Oh,
Rogue
man.
with, I guess heard it,
There's no
heard
fall
it through the
damage, I guess.
grapevine, that's right.
Heard it through the grapevine.
So, I was telling Blau that whenever I did the stream of this on TSG Presents, I could not
You got like
figure
a
out the
bionic
first level.
commando thing going on here.
So this is gonna be his mission to try to get
Right,
this.
so
Do you have to turn off the
we're on the
lights?
front page of Twitch right
Yeah.
now, by the way. We have,
Wow.
like,
It's
reviews.
front page of
I better sit
Twitch
down.
playing Home Improvement.
Thank you,
Home
Twitch.
improvement.
We love you guys.
These dinosaurs
Everybody
take
who's just
way
showing
too
up to
long.
watch us, we are the Speed Gamers. We are raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, playing a bunch of spooky games, and of course, this is the spookiest of spooky games.
Yep.
I mean, just look at it. Is that a squirrel? You killed a squirrel!
And it turned into a
Why?
bug?
It's a fire ant.
Like you can talk, Rob.
Huh?
Until dawn.
Yeah, you killed that. Yeah, you killed that bird in Until Dawn. And you tore your
There's a
head off.
snowball at it. Is that supposed to be a pepper?
Yeah, Yeah, it gets a yellow pepper.
Oh,
I thought it was a
I see it.
I thought it was a pumpkin carved onto a pumpkin. I didn't realize it.
Pumpkin
It
substitute.
does. That's kind of what I
Which,
thought.
speaking of which, if you donate $5, we'll write your name on the ultimate pumpkin, the credits pumpkin. And if you donate 100 and suggest something to carve into a pumpkin, we've got a bunch of pumpkins back here. We can put a pumpkin carving on there. That first one in the front is an alpaca, which Rob Scout donated.
Oh,
Is that
boy.
a rivet gun?
What tool is that? The
Flamethrower.
Annihilator?
It's not a flamethrower. I think it's like a rivet gun.
But it's shooting.
I don't
flames.
know what rivet guns you've used that shoot out fire.
Everyone.
You're doing
It was
something wrong,
hardcore.
man, Rob. Remind me never to hire you to build my house.
Yeah.
I could build a house if I had to. Could. Have we had this conversation?
Can we have donations
Whoa.
for?
I just got eaten by Audrey, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
a giant.
Your kids are like your
Feed
pit
me,
crew?
Tim. Feed me.
We were talking about so we're talking about bad sitcoms we watched as kids because Home Improvement. So what are some?
Home
bad
Improvement
sitcoms?
was an amazing sitcom.
No, it was stupid.
It was bad.
No, it wasn't.
Why,
It was
okay,
good.
answer me this. Why were Tim and Jill married for so long and not divorced because they clearly hated each other?
They
all the
didn't
time?
hate each other. They loved each other.
Then why is it every week he says something horrible to her and doesn't understand why until Wilson tells him not to?
Marriage, am I right? What?
Donate. Save
Yes.
What?
Yeah, I mean they went through some tough patches.
That's
That
every
show.
week was a tough patch.
That show was Tough Patches, the episode.
Every I
Tough
actually.
Patches, the show, rather.
So since the show went on for 9 seasons, then eventually I got old enough to. Oh, he's giving you sassy pose. That's nice. I was old enough to not care about the show anymore. So if there are any younger relatives around, if Home Improvement was on, I'd be like, oh yeah, this is the episode where Tim and Jill get divorced.
I just loved the Halloween episodes. Okay. Those
Oh,
were
that
good.
they're throwing Halloween parties. I think, a
Yeah,
couple
they're
times,
Halloween
yeah.
parties. And they had one episode that was really weird. It was like they were playing a practical a prank on Tim or whatever. And they acted like someone some crazy fan was in love with them or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
They were
didn't he
leaving
have a
roses
stalker?
and stuff and no one would believe them. They're like, whatever, no one's gonna love you. And then it turns
You're
out
unworthy
they
of
were,
love. It can't be a star.
they were playing a trick on him the whole time. It was just a prank.
It was just.
It
You're
was
really
just a
into
prank,
things where
bro.
people do horrifying pranks to each other. That's
Please tell me I start from the stage I was on.
Oh man! Oh, that's awesome. You like on the set?
No, that's not awesome. There's way
Rob
too
really
much plot to get a game
Yeah,
over.
you go game over. There's this long screen to explain.
Yep,
that.
you started all over.
This game is good. Let's see.
But he's flexing.
Rob
is
really
flex. Okay, there's a
wishes
flex
Rob wanted
button.
this game. Rob loves this game.
This game looks pretty neat.
Yeah, that looks
you only
great,
have
doesn't it?
you have less than 30 minutes to go.
See, you just start with a little nail gun, then you upgrade. This looks pretty good.
Yeah,
You
Rob,
need skill trees. It needs some.
this is basically Skyrim.
Yeah, I mean it's Skyrim before Skyrim.
I wish just even as a goof, they said, yeah, Skyrim drew a lot of inspiration from Home Improvement for the
Yes.
Super Nintendo. See, there's Argonian.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
going
find
right
it.
there. See.
But that's the thing. It's Home Improvement had literally 2 good parts to it, and they were both dumb. But I liked them as a kid. One was Wilson would give him advice,
Yeah.
and then he would mess it up. The way he'd mess it up would be funny. Number 2 is when he would go on the show and they'd have the cartoon segment where he would get messed up by
He'd get exploded. And
He'd get exploded, or he'd
Yeah.
turn into a
And
Mortal
then-
Kombat explosion. Of
And then
blood
Al
and-
was just like,
no,
That
I don't
was
think so,
great.
Tim.
I don't think so. Too.
And then that was it. And then there's all this family stuff, and I doubt I actually cared about
With
it.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a
he was
dreamboat.
he was dreaming.
All right, y'all. Again,
He was
we
in
are
what
the
was-
Speed Gamers. We're raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and we love your faces. So get those donations in. It will be amazing. Anytime that little buzzer goes out, we get super excited. So
Yep. It makes us happy.
yeah, it makes us
happy
so
in our
happy.
faces.
So happy.
So happy. It makes us happier than watching an episode of Home Improvement.
Yes. Okay, what are some other horrible?
I was saying Saved by the Bell is pretty terrible.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Alan,
for sure.
Alan would be disappointed.
I will
for
not.
that.
Zach Morris is a horrible, unrepentant human being.
But Slater, though.
That's Slater. That's Slater's a good guy. One of my friends who had never seen Saved by the Bell ever, I showed her just an early episode.
They just show her the caffeine pills.
No, I tried to find it, but I could not find it on YouTube. Caffeine Pills episode is definitely my favorite.
What was she
So
saying
excited.
again?
I'm so scared.
So excited.
I'm
I'm
so
so
excited.
excited. I'm so scared.
But they did like the happy version of it, like the actual version, and that was when she was like freaking out about it. Was when she said, it was like, I'm so excited, I'm so scared.
Yeah. So, but if you rewatch it, Zach Morris does horrible things to everyone all the time. It was
Yeah.
like that early episode where he's
And he's like the narrator.
yeah, and this is his story. He's the guy we need to sympathize with. There was like this episode where he talks about the only reason he was mad at Slater, literally the only reason, was because Kelly and Jesse and Lisa were paying slightly more attention to him than Zach that day. That was honestly his only reason. And so he decided, okay, what can I do to get him out of the picture? And it turns out his master plan is to ship him off to Hawaii, where he'll never see anyone again. Because his dad's in the army, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna move to Hawaii
Dang,
now.
man.
We're gonna move to Hawaii now." And Zach says, "Oh,
Zach,
you should
don't
do
mess
it."
around.
And Slater says, "I don't want to." And so then he tells Slater's dad, "No, you should do it. Slater wants to go." And then he tells everyone else Slater has a terminal illness and needs to be sent to Hawaii, and the only way to get him to leave is to treat him like crap. And so everyone treats Slater
What
like
the
crap.
heck?
Yeah, because like Slater.
This happened?
Yeah, it's like Slater won't go and get the treatment for his terminal illness unless we all treat him horribly and say we hate him. So he gets the whole school.
Donation,
Yeah.
baby. Thank
Good
you.
luck with your
Thank-
marathon. And LLK, keep being awesome and doing awesome art.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Who put that? Who donated
We
that?
will find out. Thank you for your donation. See, we get some hype in the room. We get that donations coming in. $20 from RBW.
Oh, it was Royal Blue Wizard. Thank you
Royal
very much.
Blue Wizard. Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dusler is doing something.
All right.
same week.
Good luck with your marathon and keep LLK being awesome and doing awesome art. Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you so much. Keep those donations rolling, guys. Remember, it's for a great cause. We don't see any of the money. All the money goes directly to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Yep.
Great organization. Me and JD went down there for their summit
Oh,
this
that's
year.
right. You went down there with
And
me.
it was super cool seeing everything that the money that we raise and everybody raises in the Play Live events goes towards. It was super cool, guys. St. Jude, great organization.
It is.
Love to be helping.
They do great work.
Great.
Even better than Home Improvement.
Didn't know dinosaurs were in TV shows. Speaking about dinosaurs and TV shows, Dinosaurs, the TV show.
Oh, God, that was
I love that show.
That
It was
show
pretty
was also
great.
kind of garbage.
Yeah.
That's
Did they get the same dinosaur to play in that movie with Whoopi Goldberg?
no. Theodore
It
Rex.
looked the
No.
same dinosaur.
It,
yeah.
I think it's probably still Jim Henson Company.
Okay.
Yeah, and the last episode of Dinosaurs, where they all
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so sad.
Yeah, they went there.
I do like that they kind of went for that though. That they
They
actually
did.
did go. And
I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's a show about dinosaurs. How else is it gonna end? There's no happy ending here.
well, it did have at least a little bit of that edge to it. And then, of course, all they focused it on was like the baby,
Not
like,
the
selling
baby.
things. But
Not to
But there were parts of it that I thought were actually honestly like really funny. Like I like the part where it's like they had like the talking human. Like it was a play on Mr. Ed, and it was
Yeah.
just like they would have like the guy
Okay,
walk up
man,
to
yeah.
the stable, and the caveman would just be like when it'd be talking, the caveman would just be like chewing something like
Yeah.
like Mr. Ed would.
That
Yeah.
was hilarious.
I thought jokes like that were pretty funny.
Yeah.
Also, when they had the whole thing about like, what is it, the teenage boy like doing what is his name, Robbie, doing
Yeah.
the mating dance.
Oh, yeah.
And so we'd actually do like a waltz, and that was like
Yeah.
dealing with the embarrassment of puberty.
But yeah, that
So
was
like
a-
that's
that was a really
that's
good
supposed to be
show.
surprise.
That was
That's
a
supposed
really
a
fun
very
show.
good Disneyfied way to talk about puberty
Yeah.
and make it goofy
With
while also
dinosaurs.
but also
With
being like.
cartoon dinosaurs.
But everybody's like who
Dinosaurs.
watches that is like you know exactly what you're talking about without being offensive at all
Yeah.
in any way.
What
God.
dang, I was just thinking of something. It's gone, man.
Rob the hamster off some news, guys. Don't worry about it.
It was just there.
I had a thought. and
Dinosaurs.
It's something about dinosaurs. Yeah, Theodore Rex is also one of the worst movies ever made. Dino
I've
City
never seen it,
is
but-
also. Oh, you need to watch it.
Yeah,
I've been trying to
I
force
haven't
people
seen
to
it.
watch as many bad movies as I've seen it with little success. Have you seen Lawnmower Man?
No. Was that the one with
Is that a bad
Keanu
movie that
Reeves?
just has an amazing game?
Oh yeah, that game's amazing. What was it?
Keanu Reeves in that one?
No, it's not Keanu Reeves. It's
What's
it's
the
Pierce
one
Brosnan.
Keanu
That's who it
Reeves
is.
in? It's like
What's the bad movie Keanu Reeves has been?
Isn't Lawnmower Man basically Flowers for Algernon, but with VR?
Oh, it goes in so many insane directions. It does not even make sense after a while.
Huh.
It is ridiculous.
Oh no!
It has some
got
of the
hit.
best. Like a part of it is his virtual reality powers enter like the real world, which results in the most horribly composited, crappy CGI ever, with people reacting to nothing on the screen.
Delightful.
Yep, click that donate. Thank you, SS Rules. Pointing that out. Yep, you can click the donate button to get your donations in for a super awesome cause. We're talking about crazy like movies, or not movies, but
Crazy
TV
movies?
shows that we watched when we were growing up. What else was out there? Oh, Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
I would
That was a good TV show.
I would
though.
say
That was
Fresh
a good
Prince
TV
holds
show.
up just because it
Yeah.
embraced how goofy it was. It wasn't
It
trying
did.
to be
Yeah.
like, oh man, we're actually genuinely cool. It was just plus
And
Will
it
Smith
has,
Smith is really good at physical comedy,
Yes.
which I like.
Oh man, especially then. But who did it have? Did it have Grandmaster Flash in it? No, it had.
But was it
oh,
who was it?
it?
DJ Jazzy Jeff?
DJ Jazzy
yeah.
Jeff. Yeah, it was Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah, Uncle Phil would always throw him out of the
Story
house.
all about how my life got twisted upside down, and I would like to take a minute. Just I'll be right back.
He's taking a minute. Wait, there's no. I'm talking about the CG in the Lawnmower Man movie. Great movie.
Oh, how's everybody doing? Hello. Oh.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the shows that I liked as a kid. And cartoon-wise, I actually thought I had pretty good taste. Although it's probably because I just watched every cartoon and I just remember the good ones.
The wet spaghetti.
But I love
Cartoons.
yeah, exactly, like Spade Against the Wall method. But I loved Freakazoid.
Freakazoid is great.
And Freakazoid is still good.
Frick me.
That show's hilarious.
Freakazoid is awesome.
They get Ricardo Montalban to play like the evil Freakazoid, like the
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez against him, and he is just. I just love. Rest in peace. Ricardo Montalban just went for it,
Yeah.
and it was delightful.
His sidekick.
I am not a weenie. You are the weenie.
His sidekick is now an insult.
Yeah. There was
Oh yeah.
there was a who was it that plays Roddy McStew? It's
Oh, Craig Ferguson.
Craig Ferguson.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's great.
He'll be a
Yeah.
Freakazoid.
It'd be so fucking
Freakazoid. It's like, well, what is that? It's like exactly what it sounds like. A Freakazoid.
He'll have all the power. He'll have superhuman strength and powers, but he'll be very silly. Listen, lad, I've seen many amazing things in my life, including a man who once got hit in the belly with
Yeah.
a cannonball, and it plays the cannonball footage,
Yeah.
which is so great. Freakazoid knew the power of stock footage, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, and also Scream-O-Vision. Scream. And Relax-O-Vision was on Freakazoid
Yeah,
too, wasn't it? That was great.
Yeah.
Relax-O-Vision was great because it was like, I guess it was like partly a reaction to like, cartoons are too violent for kids. And so they would do like when something would happen that would be like exciting or like action packed or whatever, it would just cut to this like and it just like these like
Kittens and roses and stuff.
yeah, like in like pictures of the beach and
Yeah.
like and so yeah.
Yeah.
And they even had Ben Stein. I don't know if it was a sound like or actually Ben Stein
Yeah, it was
introducing
yeah.
Relax-O-Vision.
Yeah,
And
it was pretty good. I enjoyed.
yeah, what was the and Candlejack, which it became a meme.
Oh
That
no!
was- that episode is actually pretty
I
funny.
lost my master chainsaw.
I know.
Oh no,
Into the tar.
you lost your gunblade,
It doesn't. Like
chainsaw gunblade.
DuckTales was another show I saw. For
That's
one.
coming back.
Yeah, it is coming back. The art style for the new one is
Which
great
one
looking.
is?
DuckTales.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it looks really good. The new art style. I really like that.
I don't know how many episodes Alan Young recorded before he died.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be a thing.
Did he die?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Died earlier this year, I think. All the like articles would say Alan Young, who used to play Wilbur on Mr. Ed, died. And it was like, nobody cares about that. He was Uncle Scrooge forever.
Uncle Scrooge.
He was actually Uncle Scrooge for decades.
I'm glad that he was able to stick around long enough to be part of the DuckTales remastered game.
Yeah.
I still need to play through all that.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
do.
I need to. I've got it. It's on my big, giant backlog of games that, like, I swear I'm this close to having a category on Steam where it's like games I should play right now, but I don't because they're in a giant backlog.
I've been playing other games.
Yeah.
Yeah, so someone, a friend of me and Toast was, like, wanting me to recommend some shows for his daughter to watch.
Oh, yeah.
She's like 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, well, you could just download, like, from Amazon. I think Amazon sells it, or whatever. You know, where you can get, like, the digital downloads. Of,
Oh, yeah,
of
you
stuff.
can play it through
Yeah.
their video player,
Yeah,
buy it through that, yeah.
It might be Amazon. I don't know who owns it. Maybe just through Disney. But
Yeah.
I said you could
Oh, jeez.
buy the digital download or just the DVDs of DuckTales, and he said, okay, that's a weird suggestion, but sure. And so he was watching it, and it was bizarre to have to hear, like, because it was, and this isn't me like making fun of him. I was just flabbergasted that he just didn't know anything about the show because he's the same age as us.
Yeah.
And also, the cartoon logic was just baffling him at every turn.
Yeah.
He's like, so did Scrooge get rich through like magical powers? And I said no. He goes, well, but that one lady wants to take his number 1 dime because she can do magic stuff with it. And I said, that one lady? You mean Magica? Dispel? Sure. He said, yeah, like, what's so magical about it then? I said, because it's his number 1 dime, and she can make a spell that will take over the world if she has it. He's like, but why? And I said, what do you mean, but why? I've answered my own answered your own question. It's a dime
By the
that
way,
if she gets it,
congratulations.
she can take over the world. Oh, did he get all the things?
He finally got to 1-2. He beat 1-2.
1-2, alright.
Is there a 1-3?
I hope not.
Okay.
I hope not. Oh.
Don't worry, I'm sure Dr. Robotic will be at the end of this stage. Let's see. You have less than 15 minutes to have to put up with this BS, so.
Good job.
You got further than I did. I did beat 1-1 for
Fair
the
enough.
30 minutes.
But yeah, what the friend you're talking about, it's
Yeah.
just like he was just so much stuff. Like when you were telling me what he was saying, I'm just like, because it's a cartoon.
Yeah, he didn't. Well, he also said, he said, oh, DuckTales is alright, but those 3 kids seem to have a lot of lines. Or he didn't say, no, because I recommended a bunch of shows to him, and he said, after that, he didn't specify which show he watched. He said, I watched an episode, and it's alright, but those 3 kids talk too much. And I said, okay, which show are you talking about? And he goes, DuckTales. And I said, those 3 kids? Huey, Dewey, and Louie?
Yeah.
Who doesn't know this? My head kablowed. He was also asking, he said, why did he put all this... He's like, okay, so, Scrooge has all his money in his money bin. And I said, yeah. And he goes, why? And I said, well, I mean, what do you mean? And he goes, well, I mean, he's obviously a man of leisure. I don't see that he has a job of any kind. I said, his job is to own everything. That's his job. It's like, does he have employees? Yes, you see him sometimes. And he said, he has a money bin, but why? And I said, I don't understand. He said, it seems like it would cost more to buy the bin than to put stuff in it and to put all the money in it than to put it somewhere else. And I said, well, how else is he going to swim in it? And he said, even as a kid, I didn't think it made any sense that he could swim in the money. It's like, he swims in the money because he wants to swim in the money. He said,
Yeah.
if he spent money on a pool, he wouldn't have to swim in the money. It's like, he prefers the money. He prefers it.
Yeah.
Let's not be goofy. Obviously, the richest duck in the world prefers to swim around in the money. And he said, but it doesn't make sense how he would build the bin. I said, he has 3 cubic acres of cash, and that's not even a real unit of measurement. So that's how
I
rich
ran
he
out of
is.
continues.
Oh, there's continues? You want to cut it slightly short then, because there's only 10 minutes left for you to do it if you were to keep doing it.
Oh my goodness, this game is so bad.
Yeah, this game is not good. I think we can kill it. We can mercy kill this 10 minutes early. I don't think that's going to be problematic for anybody. No one's gonna be like, no, I want 10 extra minutes of home improvement. Alright, use the bucket of stuff. He's gonna get trick or treat.
Who's the dude in
got Trick again.
Got Trick again. Uh-oh. Alright, you guys. So go to blog.tsg.tv/trick or treat.
Jagger. Sorry, you
What?
finish your. I was just saying, Jagger said he can dive into it because it's liquid assets. Good job. Alright, let me see if I can reset
vote.
this poll.
And at 1:56, we will close the poll. We have like a bunch of games up there for you to vote on. You can vote for whatever game you want for him to play next. He's recommending Ghosts and Goblins or Splatterhouse, any sort of platformer.
Not Splatterhouse 1 or 2, but one.
Oh yeah, Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti, which is the cutesy version of Splatterhouse, which is adorable. So if you want to show
It's also
mercy,
hilarious.
yeah, it's pretty great. If you want to vote for any of those, for Ghosts and Goblins or Wanpaku Graffiti Splatterhouse, then go ahead and do that. If you want to vote for another bad game, though, that's fine. If you feel he has suffered enough and give him something he wants to play, it's up to you guys.
I wonder if anybody speedruns this. What's that one guy that speedruns everything that's terrible?
Oh, PJ.
Yeah.
I
bet he does it.
I don't know if PJ's actually played Home Improvement. He might have. I know.
But if you tell him about it, he's gonna be like, "Ooh, I need to play that."
I know that Mecha Richter had once said that if anyone sends him a game, he will try to run it no matter what it is, which I've tried to. I've considered for a few times holding him to that and sending him something bad. I know PJ does play Batman Returns, which is complete garbage.
Matt, I asked that same question. Why is there a Home Improvement game?
Why is there a Home
Why
Improvement?
is this a thing that actually
The
exists?
people demand it. That's why. Let's go Monster Party. I mean, I do have it. I don't.
Yeah, we do have Monster Party.
I do, but
I don't think I could beat that game.
no human could ever beat that.
Punkle can.
Punkle can be. Oh, okay.
Punkle has done it.
Well, confirmed. Punkle isn't human then, because that game is impossible.
That game is only great for the first level anyway.
Yeah, first level's. No, that ending is pretty great too.
Well, yeah.
It's also got haunted pants, which is preferable
Let's think.
in a game.
I just feel like the ratings board must have played like a few seconds of the first level.
Yeah,
and
they couldn't get through it.
just skipped it because at that one point, it's like everything gets super creepy.
Yeah, everything
Okay.
just goes to hell.
Okay, the poll has just been reset, so just start voting
people
now.
Start voting now. Okay.
Yes.
So, let's see. So 1:58. That's when we close the poll because the poll's been reset. So, who? So yeah, if you want to see Ghosts and Goblins or Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti or a good game, then that's on you. If you want to see more bad games, that's also on you. So. Oh, you're gonna swing by again when you wake up. All right, Royal Blue Wizard. Royal Blue Wizard. I can't talk words. Thanks for stopping by, though. Makes me happy. I enjoy when people stop by. Oh, thanks for the link in the chat, Beck. So she put the link to the poll there. Remember, all of the donations go straight to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. 100% it goes straight into their PayPal. They help children with cancer. They also help their families. They pay for everything, including room and board. They help families actually live nearby so that they can be near their kids while they're getting their treatment, and of course they pay for the treatment itself. So
I think I've actually beaten the Addams Family before. If I remember correctly, the final boss was just bizarre, which is perfectly fine for Addams Family.
Addams Family will make that happen. I'm gonna actually vote in poll too.
I remember Gomez was like really slippery.
Yeah, he would slide around. Like, he had permanent ice physics on his feet, which I find unusual. I find that strange for a person to have, but that's really strange.
The game started on its own.
Oh, yeah, it's doing the attract reel.
No, this isn't a track. It started on its own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool, I guess. Some people are voting for Monster Party, so
Oh, goodness.
I voted for Ghosts and Goblins. So.
I would save the Monster Party votes for Jazz's next shift.
Oh, that'd be great and awful. I tried streaming it once one Halloween, and even when I put cheat codes on, I could not. I could not beat that game. I mean, I eventually did when I like cheated so much that I started doing level skips and whatnot because I could not beat the labyrinth level for it. But yeah, we do have lots of games. We do have lots of games on there. There's the 4 original classic Castlevanias that most people are familiar with: 1, 2, and 3, and Super Castlevania 4. Oh, Aria of Sorrow is on
All
there.
3 of the Game Boy Advance
Yeah, all
ones.
the Game Boy Advance ones.
And Mirror of Fate, which I actually ran at the last Halloween.